Every month we get a group of volunteers together and we go do something. So we sometimes organize food at the food bank. We will serve lunch at Ronald McDonald House. We'll serve lunch to the kids at the VOA Homeless Youth Resource Center. Once a year we do a fundraiser for the purpose of raising money to help with homelessness, or those experiencing homelessness or addiction.
I got to know Heather about 3 years ago when we were working on the Christmas in July committee here at the board. I was the newly elected chairman, and I had a lot to do. And there was this person on this committee who started doing all this extra work, the inventory, gathering all these donations, and come to find out it was Heather. And it was amazing, the love that she had and the motivation she had to help these children.
We had lost our house, and I was on bed rest, and my husband had just had back surgery. And it was Christmas time, and somebody organized charity work for us personally, and in a time when we felt like we had lost just about everything.
Clint Warner and I, he's a realtor as well. In fact, we started, I think, the same month in 2008, and we would just always kind of bug each other to go do things. I would hear about some volunteer project or serving lunch at a soup kitchen or something and invite him, and he would do the same to me. When I would ask him to do something, he's like, "Have I done anything this month?" That is such a good, a rule to set. If you haven't done anything this month, you should go do something, but then you don't get overwhelmed by having to say yes to every volunteer project. We would do things, and sometimes we would post on Facebook because we really loved the project we were working with, or we loved the individuals we got to serve, and so we would post it on Facebook, and friends would say, "Why didn't you invite me? How come I didn't get to go?" And one day we were sitting at brunch and we said, we should do this, make it a thing. And we made it a thing.
One of the reasons I stay involved is about 10 years ago, when I was out of this industry, I was out of a job for about 8 months, and it was a hard time. But I didn't realize how hard it was until an old man showed up on my front porch with a turkey, frozen turkey, cranberry sauce, pies, potatoes. And he was about ready to walk away when I came to the door because I heard his footsteps. And I thanked him. And I realized what he was doing for me is he's helping me. And I told myself and my wife, I said, someday I'm going to be in a position where I can help other people. Ever since then, I've been motivated, and I'll be honest with you, we have had our share of hard times. Through my wife being in the hospital with a tumor in her brain, to having a kid who has special needs. And I've had people there every step of the way in my own life. And no matter what I do, I'll never be able to repay them.
In March of 2013, my life changed forever. I lost my 18-year-old son, Matthew, to suicide. And we were devastated and didn't know how we were going to survive ourselves. But I had to stay strong, and I had to protect my family, Matthew's friends and classmates and teammates, and I had to actually protect his name and his memory. So as a family, we decided that we were going to shed our light on the stigma of suicide and not try to hide that.
If I didn't have family and friends to help pick us up, I would have been in one of those shelters. And so I feel like they're just like me. They hit a rough patch, and they deserve a break from what their current reality is to feel normal again.
We had 3 weeks to gather a team, get the word out, and collect money for the cause. And in 3 weeks' time, we raised almost $14,000 and had about 50 people show up in their t-shirts and be there to support us, to show their love for him, for us, to walk together to laugh, to cry, to hug, and to just let people know that they weren't alone.
When I came to the Salt Lake Board of Realtors and they said we have a charity committee where you can come and serve, I thought, how wonderful. I get to meet realtors. I get to meet people who have the very giving hearts, who are like-minded, and they opened the doors for me. I developed some of the best friendships, I mean, even with Heather especially, that I never would have been able to have had I not been involved with the board.